One of the most enigmatic English acts to emerge at the tail end of the 70s was Fischer-Z, which combined the kinetic nerviness and ragified rhythmic structures of the Police with the counterpoint and grandiosity of Yes, and even incorporated some of the modernistic, thick synthesizer layers of the Cars. And from their third album, the 1981 release Red Skies Over Paradise, the track Battalions of Strangers. A very foreboding title. A track named The Battalions of Strangers could only be about an advancing threat. I'm really curious as to where this is going to go lyrically.
This smells so strong. No chance to walk away. No medallions for the proud many cocky.
Let's see. The map has gone. It's burning in the afternoon. The smell's so strong. No chance to wait away. Gold medallions for the proud men in khaki. Huh. Yeah, I'm wondering what this is based on.
Those battalions of strangers. Those battalions of strangers. No one wants to lead the way. Be the first death of the day. Leave this family behind. It must all be in the minds of battalions of strangers. Battalions of strangers.
I must say that the description I gave of the band at the beginning applied a bit more to their first album, Word Salad, and their second one as well, Going Deaf for a Living, more than this third album, which seems to be already. I'm hearing a bit more like the Skids and Killing Joke, kind of somewhere between those two. Yeah, somewhere in a sonic space between like Scared or Days in Europa by the second Skids album and the first Killing Joke album.
Has given way to children's cries. The war's come home. The black smoke and the hordes of flies.
Let's see. No one wants to lead the way, be the first death of the day, leave his family behind. It must all be in the minds of. Yeah, that's you can tell what he's describing here. Like no one wants to be on the front of the battalion, the first to take the bullet. Battalions of strangers. The sound of guns has given way to children's cries. The war has come home. The black smoke and the hordes of flies. This could be Europe in the 1940s when war was really coming into people's streets and it was being fought in the cities. It was, gunfire was happening right outside of people's homes, outside of people's tenements. The sound of guns has given. The black smoke and the hordes of flies, gold medallions for the citizens who stand and wait. Battalions of strangers.
For the citizens who stand and wait. For battalions of strangers. Those battalions of strangers.
I like that, like brittle kind of, like trebly keyboard sound that's like making that da 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 da, like making those like accents kind of in the background, like.
No one wants to lead the way. Be the first death of the day.
Now it's playing like sustained chords. Down.
Leave this family behind. It must all be
Sustained keys, I should say. I wonder what kind of. They're probably not going to give that kind of information away. But let's see here. John Watts plays guitar and keyboards. And let's see. David Graham plays bass pedals. And, those are the only. Oh, drums by Steve Liddle. So, are they. I'll get back to that in a minute. Oh yeah, the band I guess are a trio on this album. They lost a member, down from 4 to 3. His voice has been described as reedy. In the old Trouser Press record guide from one of the first editions from the 1980s, the writer described his voice as a reedy tenor. I like that description. I've never seen reedy used to describe a voice like this, and I'm thinking his vocals are more distinctive here than they were even on the first two albums. Like in my mind, I've long kind of filed him in a similar category vocally as Sting, but now I'm just thinking, no, this guy is like one of a kind vocally. And I don't think I stand behind the statement I made in the audience video, where I put him in a list of people who were just kind of doing like a vocal, like affectation, like that it wasn't their real voice. I think that these vocals probably do draw upon his real voice somewhat. I imagine he must have a unique speaking voice. I don't see how someone could just, how anyone could just put on a voice like this. Yeah, because a lot of people could mimic Peter Hamill or Howard Worth. Some of those people that have like quote unquote one of a kind or like Russell Mael, like a one of a kind voice. Like when I was younger, I used to mimic Russell Mael all the time, but I do not feel the confidence to even attempt mimicking this guy's vocal tone. I don't really know where it's coming from. I love how this just keeps on winding up. It gets more intense. It's repetitive, yet it gets more urgent. It gets just more, slightly heavier, louder with each repetition. Like. It's emphasizing like the onward march and the impending doom. Battalions of Strangers, a very evocative, very kind of doom-laden title. Let's see, what do the rest of the lyrics say? No one wants to lead the way, be the first death of the day. Okay, we've seen that already. Leave his family behind. It must all be in the minds of Battalions of Strangers. The voice of calm from Moscow to the Pentagon. Sound the alarm and try to back the better one. Gold medallions for men who must negotiate. Battalions of Strangers. Wow. Like here in the United States, you know, it's some of these like the second verse. Americans can't really relate to having, you know, the battle on the home front, but Europeans would know. And this being written just 35 years after the end of World War II, when tanks were driving right through the broad city streets, and this also being kind of a product of the Cold War fears, and coming out, I think, the same year that the USSR invaded Poland. That there was like a Polish uprising. Rereading the first verse once again. The map has gone. It's burning in the afternoon. The smell so strong. No chance to wait away. I'm still trying to make sense of those first four lines. I guess it's just mundane things that occur right before the march commences. Like, the smell so strong. No chance to wait. Like, the smell of... Oftentimes on days when really bad things happen, there's a certain just bad aura all around. Like, it's almost like you can smell doom in advance before it even arises. Like, heck, on the... Well, here I go again. Earlier on the day of November 18th, 1978, before the mass murder-suicide in Jonestown, a big rain, a big dark cloud of rain, like, swept over the encampment all of a sudden and just rained like crazy. It had been a sunny morning, a sunny, clear sky morning, and suddenly, as the tension mounted and people started defecting, there was like this huge rain, and I think that, I guess, the wetness kind of contributed to somewhat of the rot that occurred afterwards, because there were all the deaths, and then it got sunny again, and all that, these like soaked bodies dried up all of a sudden under hot sun like a day later, and decomposed really fast. Sorry if that's more than you wanted to go into that topic right here. But anyway, Fischer-Z, a very distinctive band that just got even more kind of honed in on their unique elements vocally, musically, and one of the more epic, like this track being a prime example of the epic tendencies that John Watts had as a songwriter. For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Fischer-Z, see the directory of albums by English F artists, and follow me on social media to know when the next video is coming out, and like and subscribe, and comment on the things that you agreed with, disagreed with. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-travel trimaximalist, signing off.